Have you ever built a SaaS product that you just know is good, but for some reason it's not growing? It's one of the most frustrating feelings for a founder, right? You have users, things are happening, but you're just stuck. So what's really going on? Well, the problem might not be what you think it is. And this is the core idea we're going to unpack today. Your growth isn't stalling because your product is fundamentally broken. Nope. It's stalling because a crucial layer is missing. Some kind of communication or guidance or value delivery that just isn't there. Our job is to figure out which one it is.
So first up, let's talk about user engagement. We're going to diagnose that critical gap between a user signing up and them actually, getting hooked.
I'm sure you've seen the signs of this. Users sign up, they poke around for a bit, and then poof, they're gone. They don't complain, they don't send angry emails, they just disappear. This is silent churn, and it happens because a key layer is missing. What we call early value realization. They never had that critical aha moment. This quote just hits the nail on the head. It's a race against time, you see. Your new user is subconsciously asking themselves, okay, why should I stick around? And if you don't answer that question with immediate, tangible value, they are out of there. It's a speed problem, not a quality problem.
And this is what it all comes down to. Early value realization is that light bulb moment. It's when the user personally experiences a win and finally sees how your product solves their specific problem. Your entire onboarding process should be laser-focused on getting them to that moment as fast as humanly possible.
Okay, now let's look at another super common issue. A user signs up, they log in for the first time, and they're staring at this clean, powerful, but completely empty dashboard. What they do next is absolutely critical.
And this is what that user sees. It's a wall of options. Should I invite my team, start a project, watch a tutorial? What do I do? This isn't freedom, it's analysis paralysis. They're completely overwhelmed with choices, but they have zero direction on what the first right step is.
And the result is what you see on the left. Users who log in once and never come back. Their dashboards stay empty because they never took that crucial first step. The missing layer here? A guided first action. It's like you've given them a car with 100 buttons, but you never showed them where the ignition is.
This is such a powerful truth in product design. If you offer every possibility right at the start, users will often choose the easiest path, which is to do absolutely nothing. Simplicity and a clear, single direction are your best friends.
So the solution is to build that missing layer. A guided first action isn't a long, boring tutorial. No way. It's one simple, unmissable starting point that pushes the user toward their first taste of success. That first small win builds momentum and encourages them to explore everything else on their own.
Okay, so let's say your users are engaged. Fantastic. But the business isn't growing. Now we need to look at the missing layers that are keeping your revenue totally flat.
You see happy users, but here's the catch. They're staying on the free or basic plan forever. You're not seeing upgrades, you're not seeing expansion. Your ARR, your annual recurring revenue, is just stuck. The missing layer here is life cycle nudges. Your users simply don't know when or why they should be paying you more money.
See, revenue growth isn't a passive thing. It doesn't just happen because people are using your product more. It happens when you successfully show a user what their next level of success looks like, and how upgrading is the key to unlocking it. You have to actively prompt it.
And look at this definition. A life cycle nudge is intelligent and timely. It's not some random, annoying pop-up. It's a very specific prompt that's triggered by user behavior, like, hey, you just hit your project limit. To keep going, unlock unlimited projects on our Pro plan. It connects what they're doing directly to the reason to upgrade.
All right, here's a classic. Potential customers hit your pricing page and they just bail. Your sales team keeps hearing it's too expensive. You might even see people downgrading. Your first instinct is probably to lower the price, right? But hold on. The real missing layer is almost always value framing.
This is such a key insight. The objection isn't really about the price tag. It's about the gap between that price and the value they perceive. If that value isn't crystal clear, then any price is going to feel too high.
So the fix is to stop selling features and start selling outcomes. Don't say $50 for 10 users. Instead say $50 to save your team 10 hours a week. You have to frame the price against the value it creates. That way, it feels like an investment, not just another expense. And this brings us to the ultimate frustration. The product is solid, your team is great, but growth is just painfully slow. Leads seem confused, sales cycles drag on and on. What's missing? It's often the most foundational layer of all, clear positioning.
This quote feels a little counterintuitive at first, but it is so true. We think making our message broader will attract more people, but it does the exact opposite. A generic message that tries to appeal to everyone ends up resonating with absolutely no one. It just becomes background noise.
Think of clear positioning as a filter. It instantly tells the right people, hey, you're in the right place. And, just as important, it tells the wrong people to move on. It's a sharp, specific message designed for one ideal customer, making them feel seen and understood in a heartbeat.
So let's do a really quick recap of these business growth layers. If your ARR is slow, you're missing life cycle nudges. You need to prompt that next win. If you're getting pricing pushback, you're missing value framing. You need to sell the outcome. And if your leads are confused, you're missing clear positioning. You got to pick a lane and stick to it.
All right, we've covered the whole framework. So the big question is, how do you find your specific missing layer and, actually fix it?
Well, it's a simple 3-step process. First, look at your data and your customer feedback to identify the biggest, most painful symptom. Is it churn? Low activation? Second, use this framework to diagnose the missing layer that corresponds to that symptom. And finally, and this part is key, focus all your energy on building only that one layer. Don't try to fix everything at once. Fix your biggest bottleneck first.
And that brings us to the final question I want you to think about. Look at your product, your data, your feedback. Is it a problem of early value, guided action, life cycle nudges, value framing, or positioning? Find that one missing piece because it might just be the key to unlocking all the growth you've been looking for.